So Lenoy at the line here. Lenoy with the shot, and it is off the front of the front of the rim there. No good. She'll have a second shot here. The Wolves currently trailing 29-19 to Lexington. J.C. Lenoy at the line. Shot is up. It is good, or it's off again, off the side of the rim that time.
Grady's going to bring the ball down past to Winterton. Winterton's going to pass back out to Grady. Grady's going to try a long three and drills it.
So she was a couple feet behind the line.
Yeah,
there, so.
she was nearly back in Lexington when she shot that, 32-19.
Right. So Murphy inbounds. Ball goes out to Brown, who gets it to Lenoy. Brown again around the perimeter to Murphy. Murphy dribble penetrates into the post, tries to feed Lenoy, and is unable to connect there, and it's a turnover.
And Grady's going to bring the ball down for Lexington. Grady over to Winterton. Winterton's going to look, guarded by J.C. Lenoy. Grady back out over on the bottom right to the right baseline to Beeson. Beeson's going to dribble, pass back up to Grady. Over to Winterton on the left-hand side, who's going to dribble, pass back up to the top of the key to Grady. They're just working the perimeter, everybody. Down to number 30, Idlet, who's going to throw up a pass. Beeson has that height advantage and just picked up that rebound right out of Brown's hands.
Just kind of went right around Pruitt and able to get the rebound there. Brown works the ball up court, goes to Lenoy. Lenoy with a little pressure there, gets back out to Brown. Brown looking to go down low, goes to Murphy on the perimeter, goes cross court to Lenoy, who puts the ball down on the court and is fouled going to the hole. So Lenoy back to the line. She's done a good job of kind of creating some offense there.
Right. That's a foul on number 30, Idlet, for Lexington. That is her first foul, and J.C. Lenoy is going to shoot free throws.
So Lenoy puts the ball up, and it is good. She's able to hit the first free throw. She'll have another one here. Currently, the Wolves currently trailing 34-20 to Lexington. Lady Wolves.
Real quick, I'd like to thank you all for joining us tonight for the first Wolves in the Paint show with myself, Jared Morris, and Brad Bentley, as the Lady Wolves trail the Lexington Lady Bulldogs 34-20. I know we were off for a little bit.
Good there. Oh, yeah, I saw that.
We were offline for a little bit, so we're back now. Ball's going to be brought in by Beeson for Lexington. And it looks like
that
the Lady
unfortunately was a big one there. Fighting for the rebound there. Grinstead picks up the foul, so that's her fourth. She's going to have to sit for a few minutes.
And she's been a real spark for the Lady Wolves offense. Grady bringing the ball down past to Beeson. Beeson's going to shoot another three, and it's going to be off the glass. Isla with the rebound, but she's going to get tied up with several Lady Wolves down there.
Good job that time by Lenoy to kind of drive the jump ball. This on the possession, it goes to the Wolves. So Lenoy's going to inbound here to Brown. Ball goes to Brown. Lexington applying pressure full court here. Goes back to Lenoy. Lenoy is able to kind of break the pressure down, gets the ball over to Brown. It's kind of a hectic player, goes to Murphy out on the perimeter, and she's looking to get the ball in court, but she is on the ground there wrestling for it. Brown comes up with the ball, and again, boy, I did not like that at all. It looked like she had the ball. Lexington kind of dove on top of her and got the jump ball. That looked like a foul to me, but again, those things.
So it looks like.
So it looks like the Wolves actually got a timeout there when she dove for the ball initially. So, I thought they were going to call a jump ball there, but they did call a timeout before it happened. So the ball is going to stay with the Wolves, currently trailing 34-20.
We got a little heated there for a minute with the Lexington coach and our main official, but I think they're getting it sorted out. And it did, they were tied up, but then Coach Brown did call a timeout as that was going on. So it is Davis ball.
Lexington coach is not a fan of that call, but again, I wasn't a fan of the jump ball myself. So
I understand.
So again, third period is almost over. The Wolves currently trailing 34-20. Wolves with the ball. It looks like the Wolves are going to take a full timeout here instead of a 30-second timeout. So Burks will inbound for the Wolves. On the court with her is Lanoy, Brown, Pruitt, and Murphy. Burks inbounds to Brown. Brown back in the backcourt here is going to set up the offense. Goes to Lanoy. Lanoy kicks the ball over to Pruitt. She is doubled, looking to get the ball inbound.
And the pass is going to be picked off by Beeson. Beeson's going to bring the ball up for the Bell Dogs. And almost lose her dribble. Going to pass it over to Grady. Grady's looking around, guarded by Brown. Brown starting to tighten up the defense, coming around. Winterton, pass to Beeson. Beeson's going to shoot up another three. That one's going to go in.
Hits the three and is fouled there. She's got the opportunity here for a 4-point.
She got the and one.
Kind of rotated a little bit late that time and just weren't able to kind of get out on that shooter. She's able to put the ball up, hits the three, and is fouled in the process here. So,
and Beeson has shown she likes to shoot that three-pointer, and she's not bad at it. So
hits the free throw, so it is a 4-point play. The ball goes into Brown. Brown to Lanoy. Tries to get the ball off, unable to get the shot up. So after three, it is Lexington 38, the Wolves 20.
And right before the fourth quarter, we have about a minute left, so we're going to take a real quick break for a second. Thanks for joining the Wolves in the Paint show, and we'll still be streaming, but we'll be back with you shortly. Test.
Okay, yeah, I guess you work. All right.
We do need that little box. Yeah, because I can't. I mean, we have a hard time hearing each other. Totally worthless. And thanks for joining us again. Start of the fourth quarter, Lexington's ball. Winterton passed to Beeson up the top, back over to Winterton, down to Webster. Webster passed to Grady at the top of the key. Winterton's going to pass cross court to Beeson. Beeson's going to drive to the right baseline. Try to pass it, goes out of bounds, out for feet, and over to Kyla Burks.
She pushes down court, trying to push the press there and puts a shot up. It's no good. Ball's going to go back to the Wolves currently. Burks will inbound here. Again, Burks with the steals, able to kind of push the tempo there, gets under the goal, unable to hit on the shot. Burks inbounds to Scott. Scott down low to Burks. They call the foul on the ground. So again, another good job of setting up under the goal there.
Absolutely.
They do draw the foul, unable to score. Good job of drawing the foul. So Burks will inbound.
Lexington in that 2-3. Lehman's going to knock the ball away, but it's going to go off of Grinstead, so it's going to be Lexington's ball. Webster's going to inbound and pass to Grady. Grady's going to bring the ball down. Grady brings the ball down the court for the Lady Bulldogs and pass over to Winterton on the left-hand side on the perimeter. Pass up to Beeson, who's at the top of the key. Back over to Winterton. Down at the baseline to Webster, back up to Grady. Grady's going to pass to the right-hand side to Beeson. Beeson's going to shoot another three. That one's going to go in. And so now the score is 41-20, Lady Bulldogs.
So Brown pushes the ball up court, looking to dribble, looking to get some points. Here it comes down to Scott. Scott around to Brown, who goes to Lanoy. Lanoy picks the dribble up there, and she travels with the ball. So it's going to be a turnover again to Lexington. Got a new player coming in for the Wolves. It's going to be Collins coming in to give Brown a couple minutes rest here.
And Grady's going to bring the ball up the court. Again, this is pretty much the same Lexington group all night. Pass over to Winterton on the left-hand side of the perimeter. Back up to Grady at the top. Winterton on the left. She's looking to pace baseline but can't do it. Up to Grady. Back over to Beeson on the right-hand side. He's going to drive the right baseline and get trapped. Back up to Grady at the top, who's going to try to dribble in. Winterton dribbles in. Beeson's up at the top of the key. She's going to dribble to the baseline and try to shoot. Ball's going to be knocked out of bounds by number 5 Webster, and it's going to be Davis ball.
So Burks will inbound here. Burks inbounds the ball to Lanoy. Lanoy moves the ball up court. Token pressure by number 11. Ball comes back to Burks. Burks around to Collins, working around the perimeter, out on the wing. Goes cross court to Lanoy. Lanoy puts the ball down on the court, but she travels there. Just was a little indecisive and it got her.
And you know, it's our first game of the season, and there's been a lot of those turnovers kind of like that. It's just, I think they're working out the bugs, you know, and Grady's going to bring the ball down.
41-20 currently.
And Davis trying to trap. Grady's going to drive all the way to the hoop and try to throw it up. It goes in, and she's fouled on the way up, so she's going to go for the and one.
Grinstead there, she had the opportunity to kind of stop, but really had to kind of step back because of the foul trouble. So she just kind of had to leave the lane, and unfortunately we didn't have enough help.
And she's usually that enforcer down there so far tonight, and she can't do it right now. She's only got that one foul left.
So Alexander comes and checks in for Collins.
Grady's going to shoot and make the and one, so it's going to be 44-20. Lexington with 5:58 left in the game.
So Brown pushes the ball up to Burks. Burks goes down low to Alexander. Alexander looks to kick the ball back out to the perimeter, but is fouled in the process. It's Lehman's 4th foul. Burks looks to kick the ball back in the post, and she tries to get it to the post. It's tapped away, but it's rebounded that time by Grinstead. Grinstead puts it back up off the goal.
Absolutely.
Off the glass for a goal.
Grady's going to bring the ball down for the Bulldogs again. She's met with pressure. She's going to try to dribble around it, pass over to Winterton on the right-hand side. Beeson up at the top of the key on the perimeter, pass down to the baseline to Webster. And Kyla Burks gets her hands on the ball, knocks it out of bounds.
She did. I think the score should be 44-22, but they have not scored that basket.
Yes, that last basket by Grinstead has not been counted, but it is 22. And they just fixed it. Awesome. Lehman on the outside. Grady's going to shoot another long three-pointer. It's going to go off the rim, and the rebound's being fought around. And it's a jump ball, and it's going to be Davis ball. I think Jolie Grinstead looked at the ref. She thought she might be called for a foul there.
And I thought that one was a jump ball. It was a good ball that time. So Burks inbounds to Brown, who comes back to Burks. She gets the ball past half court. Looks to kick the ball around. Goes to Alexander down low. He kicks it back out to the perimeter to Scott, and Scott is able to hit a nice little jumper there.
Nice pass. And so Wolves are bringing pressure now. Brown all over Grady up at top. Grady's going to drive down, come across half court, pass down to Winterton on the right baseline, who's going to dribble in, drive it over to Beeson. Beeson back up to Grady at the top of the key, who's closely guarded by Brown. Over to Webster on the left side of the perimeter, and back over to Winterton on the right, who's going to pass down to Beeson on the right baseline, closely covered by Burks. Lehman at the top over to Grady. Grady to Webster. Webster's going to dribble up to the top of the key and pass over to Beeson, who's going to try to drive the lane and pass into Lehman, who shoots and misses, but it's rebounded, and Wolves ball.
Alexander comes up with the rebound, passes off to Burks. Burks down to Scott, who looks to shoot. Kicks the ball into Alexander, kind of loses the handle, but recovers and is able to put the ball up off the paint.
That was a good recovery by Haley Alexander.
Nice job.
So now it's 44-26, Lady Bulldogs with 4:18 left in the game.
So obviously at this point, Bulldogs are going to be content to kind of kick the ball around the perimeter. Again, no shot clock in high school basketball, so
right.
they're going to work it around, and they're going to make make our Lady Wolves either foul or get the turnover, so we're going to have to turn up the pressure right now.
And I mean, Brad, what do you think the Lady Wolves need to do to we still got some time. So what do they need to do? I mean, me personally, I think it needs to start coming inside and try to draw those fouls because we haven't really been doing that.
Well, and, we've had a lot of success in the first half going down in the post. I know we just had a play right there by Alexander in the post, and I think that's what we really got to do is, we've had enough success now that they're going to sag on that post player, and it's going to leave some people out on the perimeter open.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's now where we want to kick that ball inside. If they collapse on it, kick it back out to either Brown or Scott or one of the girls out on the perimeter for a three-point shot. Because we need a lot of points, and we need them quick. We're quickly running out of time here with about 4 minutes left to go in the game and an 18-point.
I agree with you, Brad. Passing down to the inside, pass inside to make the outside open, that would be great.
If it's there, shoot it. If not, draw the foul, stop the clock, put a couple points on the board.
Absolutely.
That's exactly what we need.
And the five that are coming back out for Lexington is Grady, Beeson, Winterton, Webster, and Lehman. Beeson's going to inbound, looking around, passes over to Winterton. Now Beeson with the ball back up to Webster. Grady's trying to drive. The ball's picked off by Jolie Grinstead.
Grinstead takes the ball to the goal here. Comes up a little bit too hard.
Rebound by Winterton. Winterton trying to pass down. Ball picked off by Haley Alexander.
Alexander to Brown. Brown to Murphy. Murphy at the goal for two. And again, nice job that time to put a little pressure. And they're going to press now at this point. 44-28.
Lexington having a hard time against this Davis press. Now they get the ball across. Winterton's got the ball pass out to Beeson. Now they're having to set their offense up. Grady over to Webster. Webster to Lehman on the left baseline where she is fouled by number 1, Grace Murphy.
Yep, and they're going to call a block right there. Grace got there a little bit late on that call. That's going to be Murphy's fifth, so we're going to sub her out. Looks like Collins is going to come back in.
Mm-hmm. And Lehman's going to shoot as the Lady Bulldogs are in the bonus. The ref is at the booth right now.
He's awfully close to us. You don't say anything bad.
Yeah. We're going to be as nice as possible. Right now, again, we'd like to thank you for coming and watching with us for the first time tonight on the Wolves in the Paint show with myself, Jared Morse, and Brad Bentley. First ever. And streaming to YouTube for the WOLF, the Howl media class here at Davis High School.
I don't know if Mr. Mapes knows it yet, but him and the official, they're all on the camera right now.
They are. I think
he's too busy looking at his phone. He doesn't even realize it, but he is going to be a viral superstar after tonight.
And if you have not noticed yet, we are nothing but professional here.
No, that's exactly right.
But we have several student camera people and then a student statistician here tonight learn how to do all this, and they're going to be getting more involved as we go. Lehman's going to shoot her second foul shot, and it's rebounded by Jolie Grinstead.
Grinstead kicks the ball up to Brown. We got to go quick here. The ball comes up to Scott. Scott looks to shoot, is covered, tries to come back out to Brown. It's tapped by Lexington. We're able to recover, still have the ball. The ball goes cross court to Collins. Collins looks to kick the ball back to Brown. Brown back out to Scott. Scott looks to shoot and is covered. Goes down low. Ball comes to Grinstead. Grinstead's able to put it in.
She's right there again. Davis is going to press again. And Lexington have a hard time getting across. And she's going to – looks like she was pushed out by number 10, Haley Alexander.
Pruitt at the scorer's table here. She's going to come in and give come in for Collins.
That's Haley Alexander's first foul.
Wow. She got a heck of a game for one foul.
Mm-hmm. And Winterton's going to shoot and miss her first one. Jolie Grinstead again with that rebound.
Grinstead kicks to Brown. Brown again looking to push the ball up court. Picks up a dribble. She needs help. Comes out to Alexander. Alexander to Scott. Scott gets the ball down low to Pruitt. Pruitt puts the ball up, and it is good.
That was a nice shot by Logan Pruitt.
Nice job by the freshman right there.
Davis with the pressure on Lexington. This is going to be picked up by Haley Alexander.
She is fouled, putting the ball back up off against the goal. So good job by Alexander getting the steal and then also drawing the foul. So.
And
again, the Wolves have pushed the pace here and kind of got back into this game. So what was at one time an 18-point or 20-point lead has been cut to 12 with the Wolves at the line, the Lady Wolves at the line to shoot 2 here to see if they can make it a 10-point game with 2:33 to go.
Absolutely, and that's we've got a little over 2.5 minutes left in the game. So. And the Davis Lady Wolves are bringing it on. They're what we were talking about earlier. They're pushing it down low, just like we were talking about.
I'll say, Jared, it's exactly what you called for because it's been both Alexander, Grinstead, Pruitt there in the paint. Also, dribble penetration for her, but lots of shots in the paint in close distance at 15-foot in range, and been able to put some points on the board, which is what we need.
I'll give all the credit to Coach Brown, but he doesn't have to know that.
He might have been listening.
He probably was. Okay. I hope so. That'd be great.
But he probably knows a little bit more than we do. So maybe we should be listening.
I'm going to give it to him. Yeah.
Okay.
But hey, Lady Wolves are playing well. Like we said, pushing the ball down in the paint and making Lexington come to them and foul. So.
So good little crew here tonight for the first Davis Wolves basketball game of the season.
Mm-hmm. Again, we'll say hi to the 5 people that are watching on YouTube. We appreciate it.
So Alexander at the line to shoot 2 for the Wolves, currently trailing 44-32 to the Lexington Bulldogs.
And that was Lehman's 5th foul, so she's out for Lexington.
So the shot is up, and it is off the back of the backboard, no good. She'll have 1 more to go here. Alexander puts the second shot up. It is good. So now 44-33 with 2:31 to go.
And Davis with the press again over to Grady, and they're trying to trap her. She's having a hard time getting away. That's going to be picked up. Winterton's got the ball, passed down to Webster. Webster trying to drive on Grinstead, and I think they got Jolie Grinstead for her 5th.
I think that was kind of a phantom foul right there, but it is what it is. That's going to be her 6th, so we're going to have to. Looks like we're gonna sub on that one. Nope, that I haven't seen who they're bringing in yet.
So that's Jolie Grinstead's 5th foul. So Kyla Burks is going to come in for her, and Webster is going to shoot for the Lady Bulldogs. Again, it's 44-33. Lexington leads your Davis Lady Wolves with 2:16 left in that game. And
boy, that was an ugly
Webster with a very, that wasn't a very good shot.
I've done a few of those, so not to.
Yes, I guarantee you she shoots better than I do. So, yep, and that one goes in.
Like
see,
she sinks it.
She heard me and said that guy needs to be quiet. So,
so Roy inbounds to Burks. Burks looking to put a little pressure again. Ball comes in to Alexander, who goes to the paint. She is short with her shot. Rebound by Lexington.
Beeson with the rebound. She's going to bring the ball down. And Davis in a 2-3. Grady's going to take the ball on the right-hand side of the perimeter and bring it back. Pass to Winterton. Winterton looking around. Pass it back to Grady at the top of the key. Webster has it on the right-hand side outside the three-point line. Grady up at the top. And he's going to pass back to Webster. And the Lady Bulldogs are just going to play stall ball for right now. They're just going to let the clock run out.
There we go. Good job by Pruitt there, putting a little pressure. Again, going to have to get up and make them.
Pruitt's getting up, and that's a foul on number 10, Haley Alexander.
Good job by Alexander and Pruitt kind of pushing the pace there, making them do something with the ball.
And right there, just a second ago, Davis really got after him and started putting pressure on him to make him move that ball. And that was Alexander's 2nd foul. And Webster's first shot is off. And second shot.
No good.
Yeah, no good. We're still in football mode, everybody. It's okay.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Burks the inbound to Lenoy. Lenoy to push the ball up court here. Sense of urgency here. Goes back to Burks on the perimeter. Burks dribble penetrates, kicks the ball out to Scott. Scott kicks back to Burks, who puts the ball up for three. It is no good. Missed that shot.
So Lexington's going to take the ball out. Beeson is going to take the ball out for the Lady Bulldogs.
So Brown checks in for Burks.
Haley Alexander trying to block the ball in from Beeson. Winterton pass to Beeson in the middle of the court, and she throws it up. And Jason Lenoy getting good pressure on number 1 right. It's a timeout by Lexington. All right, so we have a 30-second timeout for Lexington. The score right now is 45. Your Lady Davis Wolves, 33. Here in the fourth quarter of the first game of tonight's set of games, with the your Davis Wolves going to take on the Lexington Bulldogs shortly after. Again, we'd like to thank you for joining us tonight for the Wolves in the Paint show on YouTube live stream for WOLF The Howl, our media class here at Davis High School, with myself, Jared Morse, and Brad Bentley on the call here tonight for our first show. So far, so good, I think.
So far, so good. Hey, in other sports news in the community right now, I've got a football score for you. We are rivals to the east. Sulphur and Heritage Hall currently tied 0-0 here in the first quarter.
Okay. And that's for the 3A state championship
3A state
game.
Championship tonight, you bet.
And Davis haven't played both of those teams, and both of those teams are very good.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Also in the area, we also have Ardmore and Carl Albert playing this evening, and that game also is 0-0 in the first quarter.
And that's the state championship,
for
5A.
You bet.
I know there are several state championship games going on tonight, as well as several semifinal games for a lot of the smaller schools. Winterton's going to shoot. Her first free throw is in. 57-52 left in the fourth quarter, so a little over 57 seconds. And Winterton to shoot her second. And it is off, rebound by Wright, who's going to try to take it back up. And Pruitt has hold of it. That's a jump ball. It's going to be Lexington ball.
Good job by Pruitt right there, though. You know, she couldn't quite come up with that rebound, kind of scrappy enough to kind of get down there and get her hand on the ball. Was able to create a jump ball.
53 seconds left, and an inbound from Grady to Beeson. Beeson hands off to Grady. Grady back to Beeson on the right-hand side of the perimeter. She's trying to pass it in. Good pressure by Brown. Beeson's going to try to go in and travels on her way to the basket.
Right, so it's going to be a Wolves or Lady Wolves ball here, currently trailing 46-33. Ball's going to be inbounded from the sidelines. It'll be Lenoy inbounding to Brown. Brown takes the ball up court, gets past half court, is looking to move around on the perimeter, looking for the three. Ball comes out to Scott. Scott kicks back to Brown. Brown back to Scott. Scott looking to go down low. Nothing available. Goes cross court to Lenoy. Dangerous pass, but able to come down with it. Lenoy gets the ball into the paint, comes down low, gets to Alexander, and she's able to put it up and in.
Lexington trying to bring the ball up. Davis with a lot of pressure. And Webster's pass is going to go over everybody's head, and it's going to be Davis ball.
So again, 46-35, Lexington Lady Bulldogs lead. Inbound pass goes to Brown. Brown to the perimeter to Scott. Scott loses the handle, gets it back, is looking to go down low, and she loses the ball. And that's ball game right there, Jared. 46-35, the Lexington Lady Bulldogs give the Lady Wolves their first loss of the year.
And, you know, I think that the first quarter was rough for the Lady Wolves, and they started to pick it up in the second quarter. And Lexington switched up their attack. And a lot of what Lexington had going for was the long ball. They shot a lot of threes and made a lot of them.
A lot of free throws too. That's one of those things that it's one of those things they always or they always told me when I used to play basketball that playing defense without fouling is an art.
Right. Yeah. When you have two of our main players foul out.
Yep.
And looks like the boys are about to come out and start warming up. The Davis Wolves are out on the court right now.
So we'll take a quick break here. We'll keep the live stream where you guys can see what's going on. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back on it.
Thank you. All right, and we're back. Thank you for joining us tonight for the second game of the Davis Wolves versus the visiting Lexington Bulldogs on the Wolves in the Paint show with myself, Jared Morse, and my broadcast partner, Brad Bentley, here for our first one ever.
This is in the paint, right?
This is in the paint.
In the paint.
We are here.
We were able to call the girls' game earlier. Unfortunately, the Lady Wolves came up short in that first game. 46-35, I believe, was the final one.
I believe you're right.
We are looking at the boys' first game of the year, first game of the year. And so, again, curious to see how we come out tonight. I've got our starters for the Wolves are going to be number 2, Orrin Bishop, a senior. Number 5, Dane Parker, a junior. Number 14, Devin Gregg, a senior. Number 23, Jet Martin, who I believe is a sophomore. He might be a junior. I don't want to tell you wrong, but I think he might be a junior actually.
Right.
And last one is number 24, Cole Martin, who is also a junior. So young Wolf team. Got a couple seniors on there, but overall a young team. So curious to see how we're going to come out.
I'm looking forward to this. And here in just a minute, I'll get the Lexington starting lineup for you.
The Wolves are coached by Brown, with the assistant is Bill Martin,
and also Dakota Blackwell on the sideline. Here in the booth we have myself, Brad Bentley, our producer, Bobby Alexander. Tonight for the Lexington Bulldogs, your starters are number 1, Jalen Cottrell, number 3, Seth Comer, number 5, Toby Provost. I hope I'm getting that right. Number 10, Hayden Pruitt, and number 15, Colton Penner.
Now for the Wolves starters, we've got Orrin Bishop, a 5'10", a 5'9" junior, Dane Parker. A 6-foot senior, number 14, Devin.
The coach is Chef Brown, assisted by Earl Martin.
Our managers, we have Tyson Hammonds. And Trey Garrison. Getting ready to start this.
Kind of open up that exterior. Got a lot of really good wing players and shooters out on the perimeter. So for Lexington has some good size inside. I would expect that.
They've got 3 guys that are pretty tall.
Three good sized gentlemen. So.
And it looks like jumping for Lexington is going to be number 1, Jalen Cottrell.
And Cottrell looks like he is about a 6'3", 6'4", right in that range. I'd say 6'3" is probably where he's going to be at. Martin a little bit taller at 6'4". So here's the jump, and it is dominated that time by Martin. Quickly goes to the Wolves. Bishop brings the ball up court, sets up, kicks the ball out to Devin Gregg. Gregg out to Parker. Parker goes back to Bishop, looking to go down low. Goes back to Cole Martin. Martin with the shot. 3-point attempt is no good. Rebound comes down to Martin. Jet Martin. It goes off of him out of bounds. This will be Lexington ball.
All right. Lexington, number 1, Jalen Cottrell is going to bring the ball into number 5, the point guard, Toby Provost. I'm not sure.
I'm glad you got that name.
Thank you. Provost dribble up top, pass over to Seth Comer on the left-hand side. Lots of pressure by Jet Parker.
Turnover. Coleman with the steal. 3-on-2 press. Goes to Gregg. Gregg down low. No good. Ball kicks back out to Gregg, who is able to recover. Devin Gregg this time. Bishop with the ball. Kicks over to Parker. Parker to Cole Martin. Martin back out to Devin Gregg. Wolves are patient here, trying to set up. Comes back to Orrin Bishop. Bishop with the three-pointer is good.
Good three-pointer.
The Wolves are on the board, 3-0.
Prevost going to bring the ball down over to number 10, Hayden Pruitt. And the pass goes in to number 1, Cottrell, who's going to get the ball to roll in and put the Bulldogs on the board.
Parker inbounds to Orrin Bishop. Bishop up court to Gregg, moves quickly. Gregg dribbles around the perimeter, comes to Cole Martin.
This time,
get the ball down to Jet Martin, comes back out to Devin Gregg.
Lexington playing man-to-man.
Gregg goes to Cole Martin. Cole Martin goes down low to Jet Martin, back out to Parker. Parker dribbles out to, kicks the ball in a weave out to Gregg. Gregg to Bishop. Bishop to Cole Martin, who is open for a three, and it is short, no good. Rebounded by Lexington.
And Prevost, number 5, is going to bring the ball down for the Bulldogs. Pass over to number 15, Colt Penner, who's going to miss that one.
Rebound goes to Martin, who kicks the ball out to Cole Martin. Martin to Parker. Parker tries to force the ball inside the jam.
Ball snagged and then taken by Seth Comer, and a shot by number 10, Pruitt, and that's going to go in. The Lexington Bulldogs are going to go up 4-3.
So Bishop brings the ball up court. The Wolves set up their offense. Again, lots of movement coming through the paint here by both wings here. So Bishop pushes the ball over to Martin. Martin back to Bishop. Gets a screen by Jet. Martin tries to give and go, and it's stolen.
Prevost looking down, going to pass it down to number 10, Pruitt. Pruitt's going to shoot for 3 and make it. No, it's a two-pointer.
So 7-3 currently Lexington leads. Parker inbounds to Cole Martin. Martin brings the ball up past half court, sets the offense up.
And it's going to be
goes for the steal there and actually fouls Cole Martin.
It's a foul by number 3, Comer.
So Parker to inbound. Parker inbounds, ball goes to Cole Martin. Cole Martin looks down low, kicks the ball across court to Devin Gregg, who attacks the paint. He is short. Rebound goes to Lexington.
And Prevost going to bring the ball down the floor. Pass over to number 15, Penner. Penner trying to work the ball past Jet Martin. He's going to dribble off his leg, and it's going to be Davis ball.
So again, Lexington currently leading 7-3. Wolves with the ball. Parker inbounds to Orrin Bishop. Bishop brings the ball up. Bishop passes over to Cole Martin. Cole Martin to Devin Gregg. Devin Gregg attacks the paint. He's got a lane, puts the ball up and in.
Nice shot.
Handed layup that time by Devin Gregg.
Prevost going to bring the ball down for the Bulldogs. And he's going to stay up here at the top of the key, trying to direct traffic. And going to pass over, try to pass down low to Penner. Penner's going to put up a shot, and it's going to be rebounded by the Wolves.
So Parker pushed the ball down court. Ball goes to Bishop. Bishop back to Parker. Parker to Martin. Martin to Gregg, all around the perimeter, back out to Martin. Martin looks to initiate the offense here. Dribbles into the paint, goes to the hole. His shot is blocked.
And he's rejected. Comer with the rebound off the block. And now Prevost is going to bring the ball down the court for the Bulldogs. Pass to Penner at the top of the lane. And now back out to Prevost, who's looking for the pick and roll. And Penner misses the layup, rebound by the Wolves.
Parker with the rebound, goes down court quickly. Bounces the ball off his foot, unable to recover, and it's going to be out of bounds to Lexington.
So the Bulldogs are going to bring the ball back down the court with Prevost
currently leading 7-5.
7-5. It's a good tight first quarter right now with 3:19 left. Pass over to Cottrell at the top of the key, and then to Penner on the outside. Over to Comer, who's looking to pass inside. And Comer drives the lane, and he hands it over to back out and goes out to Pruitt on the baseline for 3, and it's good. And that takes the score up to 10-5 Lexington.
So Parker inbounds to Bishop. Bishop looks to set the offense up. Kicks the ball out to Devin Gregg, back out to Parker. Works the ball around the perimeter to Martin, to Bishop. To to Gregg again. Dribble penetration to the hole to Parker. He's unable to finish. The ball comes back to Lexington.
Provost's going to try to pass the ball down to Cottrell, and it gets taken away by the Wolves.
Gregg out to Bishop. Bishop down low to Jet Martin. He's unable to get the handoff.
Provost's going to drive, and he's going to take the foul from Parker.
Parker that time trying to slow down the fast break there off the turnovers. Gets caught with his hand in the cookie jar, and that's going to be a foul on Parker.
All right, it looks like we're going to have a couple substitutions in for Lexington.
At the line for Lexington, number 5,
So 10 for Lexington, able to hit those 2 threes. They kind of pull away or pull ahead a little bit here. Lexington shoots the first free throw, and it's good.
And it looks like we got new substitutions for Lexington. It's going to be 0. I don't have. And looks like number 21, Land.
So Lexington Bulldogs currently leading 11-5, and with 2:25 to go here in the first quarter. And the official, it looks like, let's see what they're looking at the. I don't know if there is something on the sideline there. It looks like they're out there checking the court out currently.
Looks like for
maybe there's some. Maybe sweat or blood out on the court. So the officials continue to work out on the court here, getting ready to, as there's a stoppage in play here.
Right, and thanks, sir. And again, as we're winding down the first quarter, we got 2:25 left in the first quarter. Thanks for watching. Your Davis Wolves take on the visiting Lexington Bulldogs here at Davis High School. And number 5, Prevost is going to shoot foul shots here. And it's going to be rebound by number 21, Land. Land pass over to Ibarra. Ibarra's going to shoot, and it's going to miss. And there was a foul on number 15, Penner.
So Parker inbounds to Bishop. Bishop pushes the ball up court. Sets up the offense. Devin Gregg comes out to get the pass. Pass over to Martin. Martin back to Bishop out on the wing. Bishop looking to go down low. Kicks across court to Devin Gregg, who comes up hard under the goal and is fouled. So he's going to go to the free throw line to shoot 2 here.
And that was, at first I questioned his dribble. I thought he would, at first I questioned the dribble by Devin Gregg, but that was a good idea.
Too far underneath the basket.
Right.
But he proved his slope wrong there. Nice shot. Able to draw the foul. Shoots the free throw. It's no good. He's got another one to come here.
And that foul was on number 15, Penner, and he's going to come out. And we've got a new Bulldog in. Like number 1, Cottrell comes back in.
Bridenstine comes in for the Wolves, taking Parker's place. So Gregg with the second free throw attempt is up. It is in, so Wolves now trail 11-6. Brown also comes in for Gregg.
Prevost is going to bring the ball down for the Bulldogs. Looks over, 21 is going to set a pick, and Prevost is locked up. Passes down low to Ibarra. Ibarra back out to Prevost. Prevost pass to number 21, Land. Land's going to try to make a shot, and long three-pointer. Picked up by Cottrell, back out to Prevost. Prevost throws the ball into Land, and it's picked up by the Wolves.
Got a 4-on-3 break here. Martin brings the ball up court and kicks it back out to Bridenstine. Bridenstine out to Brown. Brown travels there. We've got a turnover, and it's going to go back to Lexington. Out on the court right now for the Wolves is Bishop, Jet Martin, Cole Martin, Brown, and Bridenstine.
Previs is going to bring the ball down for the Bulldogs. Dribbles over to the left and passes over to Land. Land to Ibarra. Ibarra's going to pass back to Previs. Back up to Cottrell at the top.
Bridenstine called for some wrestling. It looks like underneath the basket.
Looks like a foul off the ball, so Cottrell will pass the ball in from the side. Pass into Previs. Previs is going to dribble, guarded by Orrin Bishop. Previs directing traffic and passes over to Land. Land's looking in, and he's tries to pass to Cottrell, and nobody there, so it's going to be Wolves' ball.
So Brown's going to inbound here. Looks like Lexington is going to.
They're going to full court press.
Ball goes to Martin. Martin back across court to Bridenstine. He looks to go down court to Bishop, who's able to they get a hand on the ball, but is able to keep possession. He kicks the ball around the perimeter, back to Martin, back to Bridenstine. Goes down or back to the wing this time for Brown. Brown turnover this time. Lexington able to come up with the ball.
And the shot by Land, it's a little teardrop, floater is good. 34 seconds left in the quarter.
So Bishop passes to Martin. Martin to Jet Martin to Brown, who goes to the goal, and it's blocked.
It's blocked by Comer, and now Ibarra's going to bring the ball down. 20 seconds left. Ibarra's going to shoot, and it's off and picked up by the Wolves.
Bridenstine with the rebound, looks to go down court.
Ball picked away, and Ibarra's going to try to keep it inbounds, and the Wolves are going to pick it back up.
So Martin pushing this time, brings the ball, kicks it out to Brown, who looks to go down low. The ball is
picked off by Previs, and then Ibarra's going to try to make that shot. That's the first quarter, and the Lexington Bulldogs lead your Davis Wolves 13-6 here at the start of the second quarter. And Brad, what do you think about the Wolves for the first quarter?
Well, kind of got a little hectic there when we subbed a little bit. I think we've kind of get back under control here. This grouping probably hasn't played a whole lot of minutes together, so we did a good job of getting some kids some additional minutes. We're going to have to kind of pick it up here. 13-6, very manageable game so far.
Absolutely.
So far.
And this is Lexington's second game, and Davis hasn't played one yet, so we're. I think they're kind of getting used to being out on the court in a game situation. Again, we'd like to thank you for listening to us, and again, we'd like to thank you for joining us tonight on YouTube Live. Here, the WOLF, the Howl Media Group here at the school, and with myself, Jared Morse, and Brad Bentley, and our producer, Bobby Alexander. We've also got our cameras are being run tonight by a few of our students, and our stats are also being provided by one of our students. And this is a class we have.
Did you mention our statistician?
Our statistician,
the one and only. That's
the one and only
right.
Blake Mangus.
Blake Mangus.
Who will eventually be taking my spot.
Or my spot. Or both our spots.
Or we'll just let Blake do it all.
Right now, we're just having him do statistics, but I would imagine he probably could do a better job than you and I anyway.
I wouldn't put it past him. I wouldn't put it past him at all. So he'd probably just tell him to block more.
We could block some more. That's exactly right. So we got a substitution this time for the Wolves. Number 22,
now,
Jesse Scott.
Previs is going to bring the ball in and bring the ball down for Lexington. Ibarra with the ball top, and he's going to try to dribble around, and several Wolves get around him. And looks like a foul on number 13. That's Bridenstine. Pass into Cottrell. Cottrell going to pass down to Pruitt. Pruitt's going to miss the three-pointer, but it's going to go out, and it's going to be Wolf ball.
So Scott's going to inbound the ball here. He inbounds to Orrin Bishop. It looks like full court press now by the Lexington Bulldogs. Gets down court to Jet Martin. Jet Martin looks down low for Bridenstine. He leaves the ball just a little bit short, and it's no good. Rebound by Lexington.
Previs is going to bring the ball down for the Bulldogs. Pass over to the right to Ibarra. Ibarra's going to drive and then pass it back to Previs, who's going to try to drive the lane. Ball's knocked away and picked up by Bridenstine.
So Bridenstine passes out to Cole Martin. Martin setting the offense up. Goes back out to Bridenstine. Bridenstine to Martin again on the perimeter. Scott comes out also on the perimeter, gets that pass. Pass back goes to Bishop. Bishop to Martin. Looking to go down low. Attempts to go down to Jet Martin, and he is held, and there's going to be a foul there on Lexington.
It's the foul on Cottrell. It's his first foul on Lexington.
Gotta get the ball down low a little bit here. We've really struggled to get the ball into the paint here. So
I think it's kind of like we were talking about in the first game. We need to.
Looks like we are having a little
power problem.
Right here. So the bad weather has arrived, I guess, right?
And we're actually still live. So
got a couple substitutions coming in for the Wolves. We do have
we're having some issues, but
off right now. It is a tornado warning, so
you need to get into your shelter if you're listening, Davis. We are having to go to the. Something is happening. We're not exactly sure. We don't know what's happening. Something just happened.
I don't know if we had a power outage, so I don't know if that was the alarm.
We did. That could be it. I'm not exactly sure what's happened so far.
So I do know about half the crowd made a run for it as soon as that went off, and I know we are in a bad weather warning.
Right.
So.
I don't know what happened there.
Looks like hearing from Trey Owens, the high school principal there. It looks like he just made the announcement that it looks like it was just a power failure. It caused the alarms to go off. So, I have nothing.
Hello, can you? I don't know if you can hear me still.
My partner here, I don't know if he lost some sound, but it sounds like maybe I'm the only one that's live currently. But we are in a kind of they're resetting to start the second quarter here. 7:18 to go, 13-6 for the Wolves. Pass goes to Greg. Greg goes to Bishop, shoots the three, no good. Rebound by Lexington. Lexington looking to push the ball
I guess I'm still there. I just
10.
can't hear it in my headphones anymore.
And he has added a third. So Lexington currently leading 15-6. Inbounds to Bishop.
Oh, there
Bishop
I am.
To Scott. Scott to Greg.
So
Greg back out to Bishop. Bishop to shoot the three. Put on the line, but it's no good. Bridenstine comes up the rebound, and he is no good. Rebound by Greg, who is fouled, and he's going to shoot two.
Okay, sorry about that. I had a headphone malfunction.
I wasn't for sure if you were live or not.
I was just beating on my microphone, so I apologize for that. Who knows what happened? You can hear the thunder actually.
Yeah, there
now.
you go. So Greg at the line here. Wolves currently trailing 6-16. Greg's free throw is off the back of the rim there, no good. And he'll shoot a second. Parker back in the game and Martin back in the game for Bridenstine and Scott.
And that foul was on number 1. That's his second foul.
Greg's second free throw is good.
All right, now Lexington is going to bring the ball in. Previs is going to bring the ball down for the Bulldogs. He's calling play, directing traffic, and he's going to pass over to Land. Land on the right, throws down to the baseline and the blocks. And Ibarra throws it out. Bourne Bishop's going to get hold of it.
He puts it up, and it's good. Good job by Bishop there of coming down with that rebound and being able to push and getting the layup.
So Previs bringing the ball back down the line. Bringing the ball back down the court, and over to Pruitt. Pruitt looking to pass it down, pass it on the left side now to Land. Land is going to try to drive the lane, and he is going to be fouled by number 20.
Got another substitution here for the Wolves.
By
the other Parker.
By 24, Cole Martin.
So in the game is Trey Parker for the Wolves, replacing Orrin Bishop. Your starting five is Trey Parker, Dane Parker, Cole Martin, who is just about able to come up with a steal, and he is able to come up with the turnover backcourt for Lexington. Also Isaiah Lewis, Devin Gregg.
And
so Dane
right
Parker
now,
to inbound here. Inbound goes to Trey Parker. Parker at point, looks to penetrate, pass the ball out to Cole Martin, still on the perimeter. Cole Martin goes to Dane Parker. Dane Parker.
That's going to be picked up by Ibarra, and then by Previs. Previs going to pass to Pruitt. Pruitt down to Ibarra. Ibarra dribbles back around. Previs at the top of the key. Pass over to Land. Land down to Pruitt again. And Lexington trying to work the ball on the outside. Pass into number 21, Land. And the rebound is going to be made by number 33, Dolly. And he's going to be fouled.
Lewis in there on the foul. So Lexington Bulldogs currently leading 16-9 with 5:37 to go in the first half. We've got a timeout out on the court here.
Right. And again, while we're on timeout, we'd like to thank you for hanging with us here in the weather here at Davis. I watched the Davis Wolves take on the visiting Lexington Bulldogs. I appreciate everybody hanging with us with some of our camera issues. This is our first time ever, Brad, doing this show. So far, so good. We'll take it.
Other than the power outage or the pseudo tornado, we thought we were in there for a minute.
Oh, yeah. It got real for a minute, but we're still here.
I thought you and I were going to hide under the table there for a few minutes.
I'll hold it down, man.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that.
I thought we were going to have to make a run for it, but we did, which is always good.
Which is good because I'm not running anywhere.
And I was going to have you carry me when you did run. So
No, that wouldn't be good.
Okay, here we go.
But number 33, Dolly's going to shoot his foul shots now. And that foul was on number 25, Isaiah Lewis.
So the first free throw is up, and it is good.
And Dolly going to shoot his second free throw. And it is up and good as well. So now they lead 18-9.
So Jet Martin substitutes in for Isaiah Lewis. So Jet back in the game. Dane Parker to inbound here. Inbound comes to Trey Parker. Trey Parker kicks it out to Dane Parker, who goes out to Devin Gregg. Gregg to Trey. Martin setting the screen, all out on the perimeter here. Devin Gregg again out on the perimeter, kicks over to Dane Parker. Dane Parker with the ball fake, looking to put the ball down on the ground. Goes to Cole Martin, who tries to pass it inside. The ball is stolen.
Ball picked up by Lexington, going to number 21, Land, who's tried to shoot, but picked up the foul by number 1, Trey Parker.
So first free throw is up, and it's good.
That's number 21, Land.
He's going to shoot a second free throw.
And that one is...
It is no good.
Goes out and looks like it's an over the back by number 33, Dolly.
Dane Parker to inbound here. He inbounds to Trey Parker. No pressure. Is able to get the ball up court quickly. Passes out to Cole Martin out on the perimeter of the wing. Gets the ball inside to Dane Parker. Does a nice dribble pass to Jet Martin. For 2.
So Ibarra's going to bring the ball up for the Bulldogs and pass over to Previs, who's going to shoot a 3. And it's going to bounce around, not go in, and get picked up by number 24, Cole Martin.
So Trey Parker pushes. Carries the ball down there, and we're going to have a turnover. I think he was looking for Jet Martin down there, and Martin had good position early. The defense kind of collapsed on him, kind of closed that lane down, and tried to kick the ball back out, and just unable to get it done.
19-11 here. Lexington Bulldogs ahead of your Davis Wolves. 4:40 left in the second quarter, and Previs is going to pull over to Seth Comer, and
Bishop
picked up by the Wolves.
Bishop pushes the ball up court. Kicks the ball over to Gregg. Gregg to Martin. Cole Martin to Jet Martin. Jet Martin to Dane Parker down low. puts the ball up. Is no good.
Rebound by Land. Land is going to bring the ball up for the Bulldogs, and he's looking for somebody to give it to. Gives it to Pruitt on the right baseline. 3-point shot is off and picked up by Orrin Bishop.
Another rebound by Bishop. Bishop puts the ball up, tries to get the ball down low to Devin Gregg, but it is tapped out of bounds by Lexington. Still Davis ball. 5-4 on the court for the Wolves. Again, Jet Martin, Cole Martin, Devin Gregg, Orrin Bishop, and Dane Parker. Dane Parker looking to inbound. Dane Parker gets the ball in to Orrin Bishop. Orrin Bishop over to Devin Gregg. On the wing, Gregg back out to Martin at the key, top of the key. Martin to Gregg, Gregg to Bishop. Bishop down low to Jet Martin, not able to get the hand to
picked up by Pruitt. Pruitt's going to try to pass off.
Nice job that time by the Wolves. Get the steal, put back by Jet Martin.
And good awareness to see Jet Martin coming over the top. And it's a shot by Seth Comer for the Bulldogs, and that puts him 22-13.
So Dane Parker quickly up court, needs some help.
Pruitt tries to get a hand on it.
Out there. He was kind of got trapped there. Didn't have anyone down to help him yet.
As on 21, Land is first.
So Dane Parker on the line for the 1-and-1. Currently, the Wolves trailing 13-22 for Lexington. First shot is up. And it is in, so he'll have a second one here.
That foul was on number 21, Land. That's his first.
Dane Parker's second free throw is up. And it is also good, so good job that time of Dane picking up 2 points.
All right, number 5, Previs, going to bring the ball down for the Bulldogs. And pass it over to Pruitt on the right-hand side. Ibarra up at the top of the key, pass to Comer on the right-hand side, back up to Land. Land's going to dribble around, pass it over to Pruitt on the right-hand side, and he's going to try to drive the lane, and he is fouled.
I didn't see what that foul was. Didn't see much of a foul there.
No, I didn't either. But they're calling the foul on number 5, Dane Parker. Number 10, Pruitt.
3 threes in the first quarter here.
And Pruitt's first shot is good. Both teams are in the bonus now. And Pruitt's second shot is good. Oh, he crossed the line, so that free throw will not count.
So Parker to inbounds. Parker inbounds to Cole Martin. Looks like full court pressure here. Goes over to Bishop.
The Bulldogs are pressing.
Back to Martin. Good job of breaking the press. Looks to get the ball up the court and got down on the baseline. Kind of got trapped. Tried to throw the ball cross court. Unable to get it there, and it's a turnover.
Got a little ahead of themselves. Land going to pass the ball into Previs. Previs bring the ball down, cross half court, and dribbles to the left-hand side down to Pruitt on the baseline. Comer at the top of the key. He's going to drive in and try to go up for a shot. And he's going to draw the blocking foul from number 5, Dane Parker.
As on 5, Parker is third.
That's Parker's third.
So Bridenstine looks like he's going to check back in for Parker here. So back on
that
the
one was
line
big,
for
Brad.
Lexington. Yeah, it was. That was a big one.
And that shot goes in for number 3, Comer, for the Bulldogs. He's shooting free throws.
So Lexington currently leading 24-15 with 2:57 to go before half. Second free throw is up, and
Comer's second free throw is good.
So Devin Gregg to inbounds here. The ball goes to Bishop. Again,
Lexington's
full court pressure.
Pressing.
To Gregg, back to Bishop, to Cole Martin, to Jet Martin. Jet Martin back out to Cole Martin, to Bishop, around the perimeter to Devin Gregg again. Good job moving the ball quickly. Defense having trouble. Back to Jet Martin. Jet Martin with the wild pass goes
Previs
cross court.
Back to Ibarra. Ibarra gets trapped, and Ibarra throws the ball away to Cole Martin.
Devin Gregg pushes up court. got a 3-on-2, kicks back out to Devin Gregg for 3, and it is good.
Yeah, for Orrin Bishop there.
Orrin Bishop.
Orrin Bishop shot the 3. It was a good assist by Devin Gregg.
Yep.
Land has the ball up, and he passes it down low to Ibarra. Ibarra dribbles around, and he tries to put one up. And a good rebound by number 13, Bridenstine. And it's a foul on number 10, Pruitt, for the Bulldogs.
So, and the Wolves are in the bonus here, so they're going to be back on the line.
Yep, both teams in the bonus.